Rolling, I think we just passed Cincinnati on our way through Columbus. Stop and see the Bulldog. Got Dion.
What up?
Dion in the house, keeping us safe. Driving most of the time, keeping us safe. What's up, Slav? My dog. What's up, Reyes? What's up, Mr. Garish? Love it. Love it. What's up, Giovanni? This is my first time doing anything like this, so if I'm rough around the edges, bear with me. I'm a rookie to the Facebook Live game, so we'll get better as we go. Got good news today. I'm gonna start branching out and doing some speaking engagements, and I was talking to a close friend of mine that has a lot of major connections in the sports world and college world, and we're getting ready to rock some major ones here soon. So that'll be cool. That'll be another first experience, kind of getting out of my AIL zone and doing some of that stuff. So I guess we'll just give it another couple minutes. We told folks we were going to wait till 2 and answer this question. Also, I just was telling you I'm a rookie at this, so I think you could shout out questions and stuff on here, type them out, and I could see those after I'm done with the first one. If we're feeling the groove, we might be able to keep it rocking. What's up, Shayla? What's up, Amber? Romy Rome, what's going on? Love it. Reyes, they late. That's what I'm talking about. My dude Josh Reyes, I know you was up early, crack of dawn this morning in the gym. So was me and Dion. We had to sweat like 7 pounds out today, huh? Was getting it in, 6 a.m., rocking with my girl Sarah in Nashville. All right, I think we ready to rock and roll. My dude Josh Reyes, 10 years in the military, he start having panic attacks and anxiety if it's 2:01. So we gotta get rocking. All right, so I was gonna answer the question. This is not just for AIL. This is for other businesses, coaches out there, athletes. So how do you attract top talent? I really believe that at the very root of my success in this business has been surrounding myself with great top talent. And shout out to my staff, Nat D and Katie and everybody, the whole staff. Josh, I believe today is Administrative Professionals Day, so shout out to you. But just surrounding myself with top talent has really made me look better than I am. So I asked a guy in Nashville yesterday we were hanging with, I said, he played at Ole Miss, wide receiver. And I said, why do you think Nick Saban and Alabama win consistently every year? Quick, boom. He said, they got the best players, the top talent. I said, amen. That's it. And so it's hard to overcome bad coaching if you got good players. But if you have a good coach with good players, great players, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And so let's start off with talking about attracting top talent, and I'll give some sports analogies. So, if you look at some of the top programs in the country, Ohio State, Alabama, just to name a few, they consistently dominate every year because they don't rebuild, they reload. And so the best organizations in business are always recruiting like they lost their top player. I remember a couple years ago going to the national championship game and watching the Buckeyes upset Oregon with their third-string quarterback because they don't rebuild, baby, they reload. So if you lose your first-string quarterback, it's all good. The second-string quarterback, let me slip in the third-string quarterback that might be better than the first-string quarterback. It just was awaiting his or her opportunity. And so how do you get that much strength in your roster? And so I think it starts with being who you want to attract. So it's easy words right now it's easy. That's why they say talk is cheap, because it's free. Anybody can run their mouth. And then we're in a day and age where on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, people can fake it and be something that they're not. But at the end of the day, have you ever heard the term real recognize real, game recognize game? I learned that in Youngstown. You know, you hear that a lot. And so at the end of the day, real recognizes real. And so if you want to attract top talent, you got to make sure that you're working on yourself. So first you have to be what you attract, because you talk about what you know, but you attract and you reproduce who and what you are. And so the first thing that you got to do is you got to be the change that you want to see. You got to be the person that you want to see. And so focusing on yourself, everybody that rides with me, everybody that rolls with me, Dion could tell you, we got to Nashville 10 o'clock when we first got there Sunday. We were up team building till after midnight, up at 5 o'clock in the morning, praying, scripture, reading, working out, sprints right after that. Same thing, 3 days in a row. And it's because I cannot pour into other people without pouring into myself. I can't pour into other people without being who these people need me to be. And not that I got all the answers. I'm not perfect. I don't got everything figured out. But I'm going to give you the best version of Simon Arias that the world has ever seen. And I'm privileged to lead some of the greatest people around. And so I have to first pour into myself so I can pour into others. And so you want to be who you want to attract, because you're going to attract who you are. And so mentally, are you working on yourself so you can provide value to other people? It's a couple reasons, but I'll give you the first one. Mentally, pouring books, audio books into yourself so you could pour into other people. Spiritually, pouring into yourself so you could be there for other people. Your spirit will attract what you're looking for. Your spirit will move things out of your way that's not supposed to be there. Your spirit will open doors for you that people said could not be opened. And so you have to constantly, consistently, we're spiritual beings having a period of time, a human moment. So we're not flesh in having a small spiritual moment, like Jim Saray said. We're actually spiritual beings having a moment in time where we're in our flesh. And so really you got to control your spirit, because people are going to come to destroy your spirit. And if you ain't working on your spirit's going to get broken. But if you work on your spirit, you're going to be attracted, and you're going to attract things. It don't matter if it's in California, they're coming to you, baby. If it's in New York, they're coming to you, baby, because you're attracting these people and these things because of your soul, because of your spirit. And so often imitated, never duplicated. People are going to try to imitate. They could take your playbook. They could take your shoulder pads. They could take your helmet. They could take your team name. It don't matter, but they can't take your soul. They cannot take your spirit. You cannot duplicate who a person is. You can't steal that. You can't steal that. And so spiritually, you got to be working on yourself if you want to attract the right people. Because sometimes the right people are in the wrong time of their life, and they need a mentor. They need you to make them a better father, mother, sister, brother, cousin, uncle. And you can't do that if you're not being the mentor that person needs, because you're not working on yourself. So spiritually zoning in, mentally feeding yourself books and audio books, and then physically, people are attracted to people that look like they're taking care of themselves. At least your presentation of how you're dressed, the things that you can control. And so what does your presentation look like? Are you working on yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, and being who you want to attract? What would your team look like if you had 200 people just like you? 100 people just like you. Would they be late? Would they lack discipline? Would they not be focused on their spirit? Would they be cheating? Would they be at the strip club? What would people be like? You can't control everybody. I can't control grown men in my organization or women. They're going to do what they're going to do. But I could be who I would like for them to be. And you're going to attract people like you. So the first step is, people don't want to hear this stuff, but it's mind, body, and spirit. Being that person, having a discipline to work on yourself, and you will attract game, recognize game, real, recognize real. That's the first thing. Second thing, do. Be, do. Do if you're the best, nobody's going to believe in your mission more than you. A lot of my greatest players, I've personally attracted. I personally went out there and got these people. I personally was down to sit down and talk to these people and chase these people around if I had to. And I knew that I was doing what's right for them, not just what's right for me. And so some of the best coaches, Nick Saban, Jim Tressel, you know, all these guys, imagine if they had a 5-star recruit in Los Angeles. They get on the plane and they're putting their knees under the table and they're sitting there with somebody in the hood, their mom and dad, about how they're going to take care of their child. Get up off your butt and hit the plane. Do whatever you got to do. Get outside of your comfort zone. Don't think that they got to come to you, to your office or where you're at. Go find these people. And for every 5-star recruit that you have, you're going to miss 2 other ones. And when I take shots at people, not always do they respond. It blows my mind how I could pull up in a Bentley and offer somebody an opportunity and them stay at Enterprise or not. Like, it doesn't register to me, because when I seen somebody at 22 years old, the only people that I had ever saw have success internally and have chains and cars and nice houses. I mean, the majority of the people I seen where I was from driving the nicest cars were selling dope. And so when I seen Marcus Smith, young, driving nice cars, having a nice house, wearing nice clothes, and he was down to earth and humble, I was down to do. This dude could have told me, yeah, we run barefoot on hot coals and juggle eggs and drink protein shakes after and you know, and cook vegetable. I would have been like, whatever, dog. I'll paint whatever you tell me to do. Doesn't matter. As long as it's legal and ethical and righteous, I'm down. And so you got to understand that you're going to take shots at 3 people and 2 of them might not get it. They might not understand it. This is where people's spirit starts to get broken, is because they think everybody's going to tell them yes. And it's not going to happen. You're going to miss some people. And I see it as that they're missing out on the opportunity. I feel bad for them, because I'm like, man, you don't even know. If she only knew, if he only knew what God had in store, what this deal could do for somebody. And I would have felt personally attached to this person for their success, and they pass up on it. No show me for an interview. So you can't get down and stop shooting for those people. And if you are the player, you got to get up as the coach. If you're the head coach, get up off your butt, go attract top talent. And then what's going to help you is you got to stop taking shots and being afraid. People are afraid to take shots. Let me tell you why I'm not afraid to take shots. Let me tell you exactly why I'm not afraid to take shots. Because I believe in my heart that this opportunity is unbelievable. Unbelievable. It changed my life. But I believe that not every person is going to retire with me, but my goal is 100%. I think I could affect a person's life and make them better in another aspect of their life if they're with me for 1 year. And so I have a lot of people that I'm still friends with that are running companies around America, that are even in the same industry as me. And instead of me being a hater, like people do me, bad karma, ain't gonna stop us. We're gonna run you over and spike the ball in your face. But what I do is I cheer for these people. And when I cheer for these people, if they make it to their convention, if they want some of my time, yes, I'm going to give you my time, because my mission ain't for you to just be successful with me. I'm going to do that regardless. We're going to get rings regardless. We're going to win regardless. And I don't mean that to be arrogant. I don't mean that to be cocky. I believe that's what God has planted in my life. As long as I continue to serve others, give back, and be a good steward with the money and talents that He's given me, I believe that there's no way of stopping this train, and we're going to be successful regardless. And so if the Lord put somebody in my life for a season, for a year, people that part ways with me on good terms can say this. They all know I'm there for them. I'll teach them anything they want. I'll work with them on real estate stuff. I'll teach them about insurance. I'll do whatever. You don't have to retire with me for me to still be there for you. And so I believe when I'm recruiting somebody, that it's more than an insurance company. You're always going to find people that got, well, I got this product, I got this cheaper product. Yeah, but you ain't got the culture. You ain't got the office. You ain't got you ain't working on yourself so you can actually make these people better people over the long haul. And so I believe that when we're attracting somebody, I'm not attracting them to be in this business only. I think we can make these people better people. I think we can make them better fathers. I think we can teach them how to give, how to sacrifice, how to think, how to program their mind. And so that I don't feel bad that if maybe a year from today, they're not with me. Maybe 6 months from today, they're not with me. Half of them won't be. Half of them will be. Half of them won't be. But scared money won't do it. If you're scared, you ain't going to attract nobody. And so, but I do believe the people that are open-minded, whether they're with me or not, with us or not, will be better in whatever it is that they do because they were a part of our deal. And that's my mission. I feel like I could be 100% successful at helping people be better, and I won't ever be 100% successful at keeping every single person with me. And so that's why I'm not afraid to recruit, because my mission is people. And I know eventually the right people will be with me, and the right people that God had for me to mentor and go do something else, cool, because that's my mission anyways. It's a win-win. Okay? And the last thing is, Grant Cardone says to overpromise, overdeliver. Too many people are under-promising because they're scared. Under-promising. And so I remember talking to Marcus Smith when I came out of college, and people around me, my own family, telling me, Simon, ain't no way you're coming out making $75,000 a year. That's what Marcus told you that you were going to be making, $75,000 a year. Ain't no way. So I called this man back twice. Both times he tells me, yes, long as you give 15 presentations, man, that's the least amount of money you're ever going to make. You ain't gonna, you'll crush 75,000. I think it was 76,000. In my first year, I made $187,000 at 22. My second year, I made $280. My third year, I made $600. My fourth year, I made $1 million. 4 years. After that, it's been millions upon millions upon millions. Thank God this man had the heart and the guts to believe enough in me and to believe enough in himself to overpromise and overdeliver. And so the reason why some of y'all can't attract top talent is because you're scared of getting shut down. You're scared that they won't retire with you, or you're scared that you won't deliver. I'm not afraid I won't deliver, because I feel this opportunity is everything that I tell you that it is, as long as you're everything that you tell me that you are. The only time there's mishaps in this is if somebody tells me that there's something that they're not, or that they're not willing to grind. And it's 100%, partially at least, of the majority on them. You can't blame it on your trainer, can't blame it on your leader. I've had great leaders, great trainers, but if I depended just on that, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. You got to hold yourself accountable. It ain't this mentality of blaming people. If that's your mindset, you ain't never going to be successful if you're pointing the blame. I believe that it's on me all the time. The first person I blame is not my team, is me. If something don't happen, it's me. It's not my players, it's not the company, it's not the CEO, it's me. And so I'm telling you that I believe that the first person, as long as they are everything that they tell me that they are, this company will be everything that I tell them that they are. The only time that there's a mishap is if somebody fibs and says, yeah, when I tell you it's 80 hours a week during training, you say it's cool, and then you're crying a month later, that ain't on me. And so over-promising, over-delivering. Some of the best people that I've attracted to this organization had what the world thinks is good jobs. Oftentimes, the people that have good jobs, those are the ones that are going to be your generals. Those are going to be the ones that are going to be the beasts. But it takes a beast to attract one. And if you're scared, you won't attract a beast. And so the person that makes 80 grand, don't intimidate. 100 grand, don't intimidate. 200, don't intimidate. Because I got a ton of those people in here, and they're millionaires. They have $1 million net worth already. They've been with us for 8 years. And so when they're making 100 grand, 200 grand, I'm okay with over promising and saying, yeah, I believe this is where you should be. You should make 500 grand within 3-4 years. I believe you can make $1 million within your first 6 or 7 years. Because I believe in that person, and I believe in myself, and I believe in this opportunity. And that's the only way you're going to attract A players. They want to know if you could take them to the league. Can you take them to the NFL? And if you can't, somebody else will. And you won't attract dogs unless you become one, unless you take it upon yourself to start it off and attract those people. And if you stop being scared of being shut down and you start over promising and over delivering. So that's pretty much all I got for this one session, is answering the question of how do you attract top talent. So top talent. So hopefully this helps some folks out there, no matter what your organization is, no matter what your business is. Roll with the winners.